expose the carbon, it's gassed off with CO2. The carbon's the glue in the system. What happens is that first thing it cuts loose with it, calcium. So calcium leaches down, carbon's gassed off. What happens is that when you soil test, and we've done this, but you go down in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th foot, the calcium level keeps getting higher, and the potassium is high up here, mag is low, then it goes, the farther down you get, it gets more balanced. But 85 to 90% of the nutrient exchange takes place in the aerobic zone.
Their target, you asked how much they could cover, their target is about 10,000 cubic yards this year of compost, which is a lot of compost.
10,000 cubic yards, and so that's 1,000 acres worth of compost?
Yeah, or about 1,500.
1,500?
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff we're going on in existing vineyards. And then the soft rock phosphate is an incredible material. You know, you have one aspect of soil is like the cation exchange capacity, or CEC. That always lines up after you've applied soft rock phosphate. Every time. Regardless of sandy ground, heavy ground, rocky, it doesn't matter. It always lines up base saturation.
We've got about 2 minutes. I'd like to just have you ask him questions, because see if you can stump him.
Stump the wizard.
I'm just curious. I mean, so this will generate compost for all the Vinea members. Is there any other use? I mean, do you have extra?
You know, we've I don't know if Norm shared with you, we fought through the DEQ for our permit and spent nothing but, in my mind, a small fortune. It cost us $242,000 to get permitted here.
To actually produce
compost.
They don't have paperwork for something like this. To them, compost is getting rid of garbage.
And they've never had anybody in the state of Oregon ever bring in every single thing they needed to compost from somewhere else. So it threw us into a category that you were the Lone Ranger, and then they made an example. And so we have a solid waste disposal permit because of the volume, and yet we're not disposing of anything, and they know that.
Yeah.
But there's nowhere, we didn't fit anywhere else.
Didn't fit in the bureaucratic
Like, holy shit, I'll tell you what.
Oh,
Incredible.
What effect and consideration do you have to give to the climate itself and temperatures?
We're here, we're on this end of the valley because, you know, you got to control moisture. It's like if you take, us for an example, if you die of thirst and they throw your ass in a lake, it's too late. So I'll remember. That's what happens up on the other end of the valley.
So drink up.
22 inches of rain. Here we have 8 to 10, so we can control moisture here.
So did you have to treat the floor at all here?
No, but what we do is when we move over, and we're trying to get everybody to not do this, but when you come in and you load, leave that layer.
Yeah. Right.
Because it helps tie the ground down. That's what it's a retention. This is to retain, one carbon molecule retain 4 times its body weight in water. So when you hear about soil retention, the carbon, the active carbon is what's doing your retaining.
But the big thing we found, like we say with the calcium, but any other minerals, that it's short in the vineyard because he makes it for each vineyard.
Yeah.
If you add them into that carbon, you just get a lot higher retention. Yeah, so you're not paying for a whole bunch and you're not leaching it into the groundwater. That's the big thing. Our groundwater here is so high on chemicals from all the wheat that we really never have to add nitrogen to the vineyards. We pump it when we irrigate it.
Well, and what's interesting, if you really understand plant physiology and nutrient cycling, the better, more active your aerobic zone is, then the more exchange you can have with the atmosphere.